Well, hello there. Hello there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wow. It is another episode of the lunch date with Cazzy. It has been, let me see. It's been a good ride. It's been a good ride. Let me say, this is episode 24. So, of course, I am coming to you from my home. As I do, I know I have London in the background. London is on the mind. So, I'm coming let's just pretend we're in London for a moment. That would be nice. That would be nice. I have a really cool guest with me today as well. So I just want to say a good morning or good afternoon to everyone tuning in right now. If you're celebrating your birthday, as always, happy birthday to you. I believe we're still in Cancer season. Next up is Leo. So Cancer's, we've got another few days, and then the spicy Leos coming up next. So, as always, I need to thank my sponsors. So, to the wonderful Adore. Now, if you are in the Atlanta area for next week, Saturday, Adore is coming up. It is a soiree. It is still a purple party. It is still a day soiree, and it's still a smaller event, and that is happening next week, Saturday. So, more information on that later, and I will also show the video of the wonderful Adore. Also, to Brownline Enterprises, of course, if you're in the market for a resume, a cover letter, LinkedIn optimization, don't forget to reach out to myself so I can assist you. My number is 202-550-2923. Real estate. If you're in the market for real estate, there's still time to have and to be in a home by Christmas. If you are planning on buying or selling property, please give me a call. I do offer free consultation. Again, my number is 202-550-2923. Of course, we are broadcasting on YouTube on Catch the Buzz, and that's Buzz with an extra Z, um, Buzzz. Make sure you add that extra Z at the end, and Bacchanal TV, and of course, Clark TV Network. So make sure you download those apps and register to watch all of my shows. This is episode 24. Started this at the beginning of February, and here we are, 24 episodes in. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So today we have an amazing guest. Now, this gentleman, I've been watching him for a while. Let me tell you. So when I first moved to Atlanta, there was all this buzz surrounding a gentleman called Wayne Hall. So, I would see Wayne Hall everywhere. Wayne Hall will be wherever you look, you will see Wayne Hall. Wayne Hall, supporting the community 100% and doing it out of love, the sheer love for community. When I met him, the warmth was there already. He is a lovely, humble man. Definitely a sir in his own right. I'm going to call him Sir Wayne Hall. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there. But Wayne Hall, he is on the Wayne Hall show. So if you listen to his story, which I have a couple of times, it's a wonderful story. The Wayne Hall brand is going to be one of those ones that you will always remember for various reasons. Not only is he a radio personality, he's a celebrity in his own right. He does so much for the community. But on the flip side of all of that, he has an amazing career, a great career, something that is needed in our community, and he does it very, very well. So I don't want to give too much away because I want him to introduce himself, and I have a number of different things I'm going to bring to the stage to show you as we talk, to Mr. Wayne Hall and go through the show. So I am going to bring him to the stage. Mr. Wayne Hall, hello, and how are you?
Hello, Cazzy. I am fantastic. It's great to be here. I mean, lunch date
Lunch
with
date.
Cazzy. Come
This is
on,
a
it
lunch
gets
date
no
with a
better than that.
You know what, I say lunch date because I want to kind of have my audience in the UK. It's around 4 o'clock in the UK now, so I really wanted to have my audience in the UK enjoy some of my shows without them having to go to bed. My last show was at 7 p.m. It was midnight in the UK, so they would
Yes,
all say, "Look, I missed it. I watched the replay." So I wanted to do something during the lunchtime hour so I could have everybody. You and I both know we have global audiences. So if
yes,
we have
yes.
in the middle of the night, we can always catch this live or even recorded. We want to make sure we cover everybody. So, yeah. So it is lunch date because it's a lunch date, and on a lunch date, you talk about everything.
I
So,
know. I'm excited. Uh,
well,
to
Wayne,
your audience. Yeah.
thank you, and thank you so much for spending the next few minutes with me, just talking about. I was excited to be on, just to interview you. I know you've been in this business for a long time, so I'm learning from you. I'm the baby in this business, so I'm learning from you. You're one of my mentors. Ezzy Spotlight is also, somebody that I watch because you guys have been doing this for a long time. You're
Well,
great guys.
thank you. Thank you.
So, what I wanted to let the viewers know, first of all, so tell us a little bit about Wayne Hall. Wayne Hall, the man. Where's Wayne Hall from? And what got Wayne Hall to Atlanta, and why, you know, why, why kind of get into the business that you're in, both personal as well as this public Wayne Hall that we know today.
Wayne Hall, born in Yorton, St. Catherine, Jamaica. And excuse me, Wayne Hall went to the Yorton Basic School and the Yorton Primary School. Then he went to Charlemont High School, attended GC Foster College of PE and Sports. That's where broadcasting began. A lot of folks don't know that my real gift is doing live sports coverage, track and field, soccer, cricket. So that's where broadcasting began for me. So I taught in Jamaica for over 4 years. Then I migrated to New York because that's where First Lady Michelle lived. I got married in Jamaica, um, and moved to live with her. Actually, it was a choice, Cazzy, between taking my dream radio job and going to live with my wife, who I just married for about 3 or 4 months. And I had to run it by the wise old man, Mr. Donald Hall, my dad. He said he slept on it. He got up the next morning. He said, "Go be with your wife. You can always get back on radio."
Right.
And so,
Big up to First Lady Michelle.
all right. And so so I went to New York and lived in New York for 10 years. Did not do, uh, ironically, I didn't do any radio. Went to school, even though I got there as a teacher, the climate in teaching there wasn't one I liked. And so I actually tried to do go into a different path. And so I went into business. I actually completed a year of physical therapy, but couldn't get training, but couldn't get into the clinical phase. So I said, I can't sit around. So I went and did a 2 year bachelor's in business management degree. And so I ended up working a lot in business. And after about 10 years, I got tired of shoveling snow and the bitter New York winters. I wanted a warmer climate.
Good
So
old New York.
So I said, bye bye, New York. We upped and left New York, and we were choosing between Atlanta. We wanted to look at Atlanta because we had friends here, and we also wanted to look in Coral Springs, Florida, because we had friends there too. Well,
Right.
suffice it to say, we got to Atlanta and didn't make it to Florida. We like what we saw. We visited a friend in Stone Mountain, hung around, drove around, looked around, and said, "This is it." And so that's how we got here to Atlanta.
Good, good. I'm very glad you're here. We're definitely glad you're here. And you made Atlanta your home.
That's right. It's home now for what, 30 years or so.
Yes, nice, nice. And I know your beautiful children, your family, you're surrounded by girls.
Yes. So we it was about 8 years into the marriage before we had our first child, and Rachel came along. So she was born in New York, and she was about 2 years old when we moved. Um, Yeah, so I stand corrected. It's not 30 years in Atlanta. It would be about 20 because she's about 22. So, yeah, and then we came to Georgia, and about 5 years later, here comes Shalane. So, Shalane now is a senior in high school, where she'll just graduated Georgia State University.
Oh, nice. My daughter went to Georgia State.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
good
Cool.
Georgians, good Georgians coming out of Georgia State. Well,
Yes.
well, I know that. So your family life is very important for you, and I've got a few slides that I kind of put together. So
Mm.
I'm going to bring some of those to the stage as we're talking about, your family life and things that, you love so well. Um, so tell us a little bit about your life after your corporate world. What sort of life did you choose to go into? Because I know, what you do now in your real life. But
Yeah,
your 9 to 5, so to speak, is
right.
very important, dear, very near and dear to you.
Love those pictures, by the way. Um, the so moved here with the business background, and because I worked in business, I've been a general manager, a production manager, a scheduling manager. I've held several different manager positions. And when I moved to the Atlanta area, I started right there, got back into business. So I started as a production manager with a company that did remodeling at the time, Dixie Own Crafters, and went from there to another company in the construction environment that did turnkey brick and stone. So these are things people would probably go, "Huh? Wayne all worked in
I was
construction?"
like, what?
Yes.
I never
So
thought you got your hands dirty, Wayne. I
come
thought
on
your
now.
hands were always clean.
I could lay some CMU bricks blocks right now. I could put some bricks together. Believe me,
Wow.
I can mix some good cement and mortar. So I was the project manager with that company. Uh, I mean, actually the production manager for that company for a while, and then we had that big crash in the economy. Remember that?
2008?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yep, I
And
remember well.
yeah, so companies had to make serious decisions. You're seeing pay cuts, you're seeing all kinds of stuff happening, and I was at a point where um, I needed to make a decision, and then it got easy for me because I'll never forget my wife's 40th birthday came up, and I had put in for it months ahead because I know the plans I had for her 40th birthday. And you speak of family, that meant a lot to me that she had a great 40th birthday. And right the week off, they asked me to give that up. Look, it's me and Cazzy. The week off, they asked me to give that up. Right? I said no. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to celebrate my wife the way I wanted to, and I asked for this time off. Well, you can't. So guess what? I didn't go. I turned their phone off. I put it down somewhere, and proceeded to give my wife a memorable 40th birthday weekend.
Oh,
I had people
I love
flying
that.
in to
I love that
surprise.
about you.
I
Family is
had,
everything.
yeah, yeah. I had people coming in to surprise her. I had to be at the airport, do things, take people to their hideouts. I didn't have time to be on a corporate clock. That's why I put in for the time off. So anyway, um, got a great weekend in. Come Monday morning, I turned their phone back on, and there's all kinds of messages. And I drove to the office, and basically, um, nobody was happy. And it just got to where I said, you know what, you can have your job. If it meant that much to you that I couldn't have a good time with somebody, she won't turn 40 again.
Right.
I can do something else. And so that's how that job ended. And then I said, okay, what do I do? And I went back to my basic skill set from Jamaica, radio. That's when I started radio and the ATL. And that's when I went back to the classroom as well. So they run synonymous, my radio career and teaching career in Atlanta, the Atlanta chapter of teaching.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
see, look how God works. Look how God works. It's I'm sure your students absolutely love you. I'm sure that the people that you work with now absolutely love you. And of course, on the radio, we absolutely love you too. So it all worked out. It was all in God's plan for you. When you're a good
Yes.
person, things happen and they all happen for a reason.
And I have to agree. I have to agree. It was an interesting set of dynamics that led to a change that I have no regret about it. I got into the classroom as a substitute teacher. I said, let me go figure out what I liked, where I would like to be in this education system. And in doing substitute teaching, I was able to go to elementary, middle, and high school, see how the lay of the land was in all those areas. I then realized that there was a great connection with special needs students. And so I was, on the brink of making a call, and I said, let me try a school for like 4 hours that, you know, will give me a good feel of whether or not I think I'm a good fit for special needs students here. And so I went to that school. The school name is Far Elementary. I worked for 4 hours as a substitute in a classroom. Everybody loved me. Everybody thought I was God sent. And guess what? That's where I am beginning my 10th year in that same classroom as the teacher this school year. I've become a teacher of the year in that same classroom.
Oh my God. Let me see if I
That's-
might go clapping. Oh yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
yeah.
See,
So,
that is amazing, Wayne. Oh
yeah.
my God. That is to be awarded. I am so glad you got that award. And I know those students love you. So what happens when the students are transitioning out of the school? Do you ever stay in touch? Do they come back and visit you, say hi? What
You
happens? Do
know,
you
uh,
miss them?
it's an interesting dynamic because, in special education, your students stay with you for 3 years. So it's a very close bond between you and the parents and the family.
Yeah.
Um, when I teach grades 3 to 5, and so at grade 5 they transition to middle school, and it's always a tough time. It's always a tough time. I've had parents who flat out ask that their kids just stay with me. They're like, "Oh, we have to go to, you know, and we have to say no. We gotta keep his growth going. He's gonna be okay, or she will be fine." So I do get that. But I tell you what, um, we 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 have to accept that at some point they're gonna move on from our company. They're gonna move on from our presence, and
Yeah.
so as sad as it sounds, there comes a time when they have to move on. Now, if you run into them or the parents in the community, it's always such a blessing and a great thing, to partake of. So, yeah, sometimes we keep in touch. Sometimes, for the most part, we sometimes don't even hear from them again. But within the time that you're with them, the parents don't hold back in telling you how much it meant for their child to have been, for you to have been a part of their child's journey. Yeah,
I'll be showing some slides of your family. This is your beautiful family, your lifeline, all the girls. So
yeah,
that's why you love ladies so much because you're surrounded by ladies. You have so much respect and love for women. I see you in action. I see you opening those doors. I see you, something falls. I see you going to pick it up. I've seen you in action in every place that I've been. You have such a deep respect for women. Love that's
yeah.
probably the
And that, right, right. So those are the shells right there.
all the shells.
Um, so yeah, picture of the shells because it's Mommy Michelle, and then there's Way Shell, and there's Shalane. So I call
But
them the
no
shells. Yeah,
mistake with these kids. They're like your twins. They're a perfect mixture between you
yeah.
with
It's-
the shell. So I also so apart from your school life, your 9 to 5, so to speak, the Wayne Hall show. The Wayne Hall show has developed into a staple. It's you and I were both on Wednesday night together. You being a little late. I came on a little earlier. You came on a little later. We own Wednesday, right?
that's right.
Now it's back to the Wayne Hall show on Wednesdays. Now I know that you are consistent. I think all the time, every Wednesday without fail, wherever you are. And I know that you were recently in Jamaica, in the midst of all the Hurricane Beryl. So tell us a little bit about that. 'Cause I think I watched one of your lives, and I think you had to change your flight. Were you due to come back the day before, or what was the situation with that?
Well, we had a great family vacation. We actually wanted the girls to experience a different feel of Jamaica. So we did not stay at an all-inclusive this time. We wanted to know what it's like in Cape, and we're finding food. We're getting up. We're going, going around the town. We're walking into town. We're going to see the different things, and not just excursions from a hotel and back and stuff. We saw family. They met relatives they hadn't met since they were born. So it was great. We had a great time there. And then on the day we were supposed to return, that is the day that hurricane hit. So we had to reschedule our flight, which we actually did 2 days before because we got notice.
Yeah,
Um, we had a notice from the airline that we needed to rebook, and so we did it for the first available one and the shortest trip home, which was
yeah, yeah.
the Sunday after the hurricane. And you know where it connected? Houston.
Oh wow, more hurricanes. Yeah,
Mm,
because Barrow went to Houston afterwards. That's
yeah.
crazy. So I actually had we've got one of our colleagues, a good friend of ours, Yolan, is on the ground in Grenada and the Grenadines right now, and so it's in Vincent. She's down in Vincent, and she was able to send me some slides. So I don't know if you can see what I'm showing on my screen.
Wow.
So she was able to send me some of her slides. This is like in the last day or two that she sent me. This is what Pharaoh did to the Caribbean. Now I know some of the small islands, Jamaica did get hit more so in the south. Some of the smaller islands got hit even worse, kind of 95%.
Y-
So we do have here in Atlanta, and I know that you're privy to this, Wayne, some of the donations, some of the relief efforts that we're doing here in the ATL. I know on Saturday, you're going to be part of an event on Saturday coming up. Could you tell us a little bit about that for the relief effort?
Actually, so yeah, a little bit about Beryl. Yes, I saw firsthand what it did to parts of Jamaica, which remember we didn't get a direct hit. Yet it's not a good look right now. Even in some areas, there's still no electricity after 13 days, so 14 days. So um, I just imagine islands like Grenada and their surrounding islands like Carriacou, Petite Martinique. I shudder at what happened there. Um, Burial. I had to mention I had the opportunity of flying over Burial. The pilot told us, "Look out, you'll see it down there in the Gulf," and there it was down there. I'm like, "Look at that!" And then it was a tropical storm watch when I got to Houston, but we got out. Our flight was allowed to get out, so we made it just ahead.
Yeah,
As far as the relief efforts, I know there's a lot going on in terms of relief, and the event I'm at this weekend actually is one for back to school. It's a back to school drive with a church in McDonough, House of Miracles Apostolic. But
okay.
then we also have other events coming up in the community, and I see you have them on the screen, which is good. Um, we're going to be having the live on the drive right there at the CLTV location on August 3rd. And that's an event that the Wayne Hall Show, in association with Innovation Events, which is Miss Janice O'Shea's brand, we team up to do a live on the drive whenever we have um, need for
Yeah,
that kind of support in the Caribbean in general. So, yeah, we're gonna do that on August 3rd. But there are a lot of events happening in terms of relief efforts.
yeah, yeah, definitely. There's a hurricane drive for Jamaica, and then we have Barbados.
Yes. Hmm.
Barbados. There's quite a few. Like you said, I've got a few of them here that I've highlighted, and we just want to make sure that we can let everybody know. So August the 3rd is a donation drive Can they come and drop things off at
Yes,
the location? What time is it going to be from? Tell us a little bit more
it's gonna be
about
from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's at 6254 Memorial Drive. That's Caribbean Live TV studios. So we're gonna be out on the parking lot broadcasting live from there. It'll be
it. And everyone
uh,
can come and drop off location.
and that's actually one of the drop-off locations already.
Yes, that's right. And also Caribbean International Shipping. If anyone has donations, they are also a drop off
Yes,
location.
Caribbean International Shipping is one of them. Um, and then there are several, um, you know, there are several others as well. Grenada has there's one, and also just the kind of items we should highlight.
Yes, yes.
Right
That's another
now,
thing.
I spoke to someone last night. I said, just food. Send us the tin stuff, send us the stuff in the cans, and flour and rice because we don't have electricity. And this is Jamaica. So just imagine. So they don't have electricity in these places. Um, so they need stuff that they are able to prepare as needed and not worry about stuff spoiling. So it's not even much, they don't even need much clothing from what they're saying. Yes, we'll always take clothing, but right now, the push is for stuff like flashlights. If you can donate a generator, if you can send some batteries, battery packs to charged battery packs to help people charge back cell phones and
Yeah.
laptops and stuff like that, those would be good.
Just
And
just a simple thing that we take for granted. That is
yes,
what's needed right now on the ground. So yeah, I could just imagine. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna switch gears. I know we're pushed for time, but I also want to talk about some of the other things that you do that makes up Wayne Hall.
sure.
Um, I know you have an artist called the Impeccable, I'm Marsha. I have had the pleasure of interviewing this man. And let me tell you, he, like yourself, is such a humble gentleman. He really is. And, you know, let me just see if I can finish this. Okay, so here he is. This is Imar Shepherd here in the picture. Now,
Yes.
you are, so the relationship to Imar, are you his manager? Because I know that, you have been an integral part of his album release. So tell us a little bit about that side of Mr. Wayne Hall and how you got involved with artists promotion.
Yes, I decided to after he reached out to me and I did a little bit of research and soul searching because, as you know, I'm a teacher. I also do private behavior therapy uh, in the kids' homes, and then I produce the Wayne All Show and host. So there's not a lot of time.
No.
Almost every weekend I'm somewhere hosting an event or a part, covering something. So I had to really think it through because I believe if you're gonna do a management role for an artist, you gotta be dedicated. You gotta have time to. You gotta be flexible. And so I thought about it, and then I was very open with him with what I think I could do for him in a management capacity, and what the limitations were. And he was happy with that, and wanted to give that a shot. So yes, I am officially working with Imar Shepherd and trying to get his career to that next level, and just be a support for someone who's, like you say, very humble, who's got great talent and has a positive energy and lyrics and his
Yeah.
lyrics, the
No,
way he
I
writes
love the
is,
song.
is great.
I love the song.
Yeah.
It's the type of tunes you can listen to, you know, at all times. Sunday, you wake up in the morning, you're cooking, you can put on I'm on Shepherd. That,
Yes.
that type of,
Yes.
good vibe, good feeling, to it. And I met him and he is very humble. So he was recently here. I know he kind of comes back and forth, but he was recently here and he was able to attend a great gala with you, where of course Mr. Wayne Hall was honored, captains of industry.
Yes.
You probably have a shelf full of awards. I know you've got a lot, but I
Yeah.
think captains of industry this year, is so fitting. You, you are a captain of, so it was extremely fitting for you. So how did you feel when you got the call? You knew that you were one nominee. Yeah, there you go, sir. So how did you feel when you got that call and you knew that you were nominated?
Um, that was a very, I still remember where I was. I was actually in my classroom and my phone went off and I looked at it and it said, letting you know you've been honoree this year and all that. And I'm like, I read it out loud. I said, my God, guys, listen to this.
Unless
And they're like,
your kids went crazy, the children went
you
crazy.
know, look at that. And so, yeah, I did. It was a great feeling, man. It was a great moment because I've had a lot of awards starting in 2014 with the Radio DJ of the Year with the Linkage Award that I got that year. And I've had a lot of accolades along the way, a lot of recognitions in both my private life and public life. So, Teacher of the Year, Runner-up Teacher of the Year, different awards along the way for stuff I've done too. And so this one though, I really do feel celebrated. The captains of industry, the level at which it's done, it makes you really feel celebrated. And so I truly appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of them, but you do feel celebrated with the Cultural Caribbean American Cultural Arts Foundation recognitions. So it meant a lot.
No, it was. I was clapping really hard for them. I'm like, this is so good, in all, and the event itself is beautiful, glamorous. It's really
Yes, and
part of the
yeah,
thing.
very classy event. It's an awesome presence to be in, a great place to be recognized, and I'm happy that Imar got to perform a song or two at that event too.
Yeah,
Hats
that's
off to Mr. Michael Thomas and his crew for allowing that, because that was very much an impromptu thing. He was not even thinking of being at the event. I had a no show, someone who couldn't make it, and I was able to pass on the ticket to him, and he seized the opportunity. So
yes,
thanks
of
to the
course. Why
team
not?
for that. Yeah.
And made it very memorable. I saw
Yes.
pictures of him dancing with your wife, so he made it very memorable.
Yeah. With my wife and a couple other ladies too. Yeah. He had quite a few dance partners in the space of 5 minutes.
Good, good for him. Good for him. So, Wayne, where can everyone find you? What day? What time? Where can they find you?
So the live show, the Wayne Hall show, is on
We're
Wednesday.
showing we're showing a clip as well from it. I'm gonna show this clip if you don't mind. I actually want to put the volume on because I thought this was a nice, exciting. This is how Mr. Wayne Hall is on his shows. He is
Okay.
every moment of it, and it's very lively. So let me just show this clip, and then we can talk about where we can find your
I
show.
say it again. Maybe we won't get any comfort until we wake up. I Genoa and Brad. This one called Wake Up from the EP with the same name. Oh, people now, here I say, freedom, 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 freedom. Rasta people, them freedom. African people, freedom. The original people, they can't find your body. Don't let them control your mind. So free up your mind, oh people now who have been trapped by the demons of the beast. They are trying to destroy your mind and spirit, your heart and soul, your divine control. Before they violate your body and destroy your world, they are waging all kind of warfare.
I almost want to say, pull up. That's a
I
true,
know it's
true.
kind
That's
of
a
interesting
vibe.
to watching myself though. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
vibe. You
that's
always
the
have a great
energy.
time. You always have a great time on the show. You have to. You got
Yes.
sometimes you have the serious topic, and then you got the fun one. So
Yes.
your show has everything. So
Yes.
tell us
Thank
where we
you.
can find you
Hmm.
and all of your social media.
So the Wayne Hall show airs Wednesdays 8 until 10 on let me say this because it's an interesting dynamic now. So the Wayne Hall show is on live Wednesdays 8 to 10. And on that day, we have Linkage Radio, Hype FM, Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Reggae Vibes Radio, Energy Radio 1, YouChooseRadio.com. And then on Thursdays, right, we have the Wayne Hall Show from 4 to 6 p.m. in Jamaica on Fit FM 96.7. So if someone's in Jamaica and you're seeing this, yeah, tune into Fit FM 96.7. Wednesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6, and you'll catch an edition of the Wayne Hall Show. If you're in London, Fresh FM Radio London, 10:30 p.m. on Thursday nights. That's 10:30 p.m. on Thursday nights, which is what? About 5:30 p.m. EST. There's another edition there of the Wayne Hall Show. So we're in London, Jamaica, we're all over the world, and on all these radio stations on um, Wednesday nights live. So we also, you can watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on Restream, you can watch us on Twitch, and you can watch on the WayneHallShow.com when we're live. And go back and watch the latest edition there as well. We have an app, Wayne Hall Network app. Right now, it's available on Android devices. We're waiting for it to be released on Apple devices. But if you have an Android phone, download Wayne Hall Network, and you can just tap and listen to 24 hours streaming. I do carry other radio shows on my platform as well. There's one out of WOKB Orlando. There's Energy Radio 1, Fenton Troy. There's uh, shows Saturday mornings, Sunday evening, during
Mm,
the day. There's Linkage Radio with the Power Pack Sundays. So there's a lot to having the Wayne All Show app, the Wayne All Network app. So you download that and you check it out. Yeah.
that is great. Shout out to Wayne Hall. You've definitely taken this to a whole other level. From as you said, from 10 years ago when you started, it was just you, and now
Yes.
you have your team. Because I know Miss Janice O'Shea, as you said, she is part of your team, and you
Yes.
have other people from around the world who
Yes.
obviously have to do some kind of engineering to bring your show to those parts of the world. So it's a wider team, and they
Yes.
all
And I
have
say
the
this
same whole show.
big shout out to Mr. Anthony Turner, who's been there with me since day one doing the E report. We've moved his time, we've moved the day, but he's stuck with me. Anthony Turner comes on every Wednesday at 8:30 now and does the E report. And I want to say a big shout out, man, to every platform that has carried the Wayne All Show, is carrying the Wayne All Show, and will carry the Wayne All Show
Yes, still
because
more.
it continues to get, great stuff, great stuff. And
Yeah.
like I said, you can watch on YouTube. It's at Wayne All Show. Facebook at Wayne All Show, and there's you can even watch me live on X, the Wayne All Show.
See,
At
that's why you have your name in lights because it's all Wayne Hall. It makes it nice and easy
Yes,
for everyone
Instagram
to
Wayne
remember.
All Show. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, that's good. But on the flip side to that, Wayne, there's also you, the host. I do hosting as well, and trust me, people don't realize the amount of work that goes into hosting. Because not only do
Yes.
you have to prepare yourself, you have to do your research. You have to
Yes.
make sure you've got the right and the most current information because you don't want to say something that's not real or not true. People will catch you out these days, and you don't want that. So you have to do your due diligence to make sure your show runs smoothly in all respects. Or any hiccups, you got to be able to cover that. So there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, and you have been doing this consistently, weekly, week after week after week. So kudos to you. The Captains of Industry Award absolutely, got it right. They got it right this time. And,
Thank you.
I don't know what to say, man. I look up to you. I see Wayne Hall goes live, I'm clicking on to see what's going on because this is what I have to do if I want to continue and get to 10 years like yourself. Just making sure that I put in the work week after week.
Yes, and I tell you, I always say, not to watch the noise. Don't listen to the noise of the market. Focus on the product that you're there about, and don't let numbers control you. You do what you're doing. Focus on what you want to do. Focus on the product and be consistent.
Right.
This is a business where consistency goes a long way. And by being consistent, find that brand and just keep it. Reinvent it. Do whatever you need to do with it, but keep that brand,
Right.
because that's what, and consistency with that brand is what's going to make the difference. People need to know and feel and hear and sense that brand every time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
consistency is
And
key.
the delivery. The delivery. I always say that, there's certain things that people look for, and you can lose an audience as well. So the delivery has to be there, the content, keeping their interest, keeping them engaged. There's a lot that goes into it. So
Yes, yes, the right choice of words, the right mannerism, the right energy level. A lot of stuff goes into delivering, because like you say, there's a lot of work behind the scenes, and I see you've done a lot of work for this conversation today. I've seen
I've
it.
done a lot. I've listened, and it's just me. Could you imagine if I had a whole team behind me? It could
I
be,
know,
you
I
know what,
know,
you got to start somewhere.
and I know that feeling. And sometimes, unfortunately, we are the best at knowing what our vision is and
Yeah,
what how we want stuff executed. And it's all great to develop into a team, though. And I one day hope to be able to say that the team is quite a few, but it's such a tough thing. And because we do this within the confines too of having to do other things with our lives. I have a day job. I still got to feed my family, and sometimes what I'm doing for my community is necessarily helping me um, put food in the pot. So yeah,
right.
and then one thing I'd like to mention too, Kazi, is I do a lot of event hosting, and that hasn't come up in the conversation, but I've hosted just about every event that I could in Atlanta, and then
Good.
I also venture out into parts of Alabama, Charleston. I've gone as far as to Linkage Awards and introduce artists, and finally getting a few good looks back home in Jamaica as well, in terms of hosting events there. And I do weddings. Weddings are one of my favorites because it's just a great place to be myself and inject that humor that just takes an already very, very fun event to another level. So just want to plug that I do
Of
hostings.
service, of course. Yes, and no, I've seen you host. I've seen you host. You hosted the Atlanta Carnival, the press conference, and other things, and many other
Yes.
things amongst that. I've seen you definitely hosting. So, what's next for Wayne Hall? Just as we're wrapping up now, what is next for Wayne Hall? What's the next 5 years look like?
The next 5 years is, I don't know. And why do I say that? Because I've learned one thing over the years of doing this, that it's a dynamic environment. It's very fluid. You keep doing what you're doing, life, technology, people, the demographics, all that's changing around you.
Yeah.
But if you are flexible and can adapt, in 5 years, you're going to be just where you need to be doing what you really want to do. There are some things that I'd like to do. I'd like to have more time for radio.
Oh my God.
Um,
Don't we all?
yes. So if I do get more time for radio, then you'll probably see more shows. Um, One of the things I'd definitely like to do is cast in front of a live audience. Again, time. Um, you know,
Yeah,
and
the Wayne Hall show on TV. That's
exactly,
what I would like to see.
exactly.
We're
So
gonna put it out there.
yeah, let's put it out there. And and just to do more, I think I might step into some podcasts on stuff that share nuggets I've learned along the way. I think there's a lot that I could put out there in a 2 to 5 minute spiel on things, uh, pet peeves and stuff. Little
Yeah.
things I've observed along the way. For instance, how jealousy impacts the business we're in, jealousy in a partner, and jealousy with competitors, and just put out, so you might see content like that in the future. Definitely, we're gonna have some more of Janice O'Shea on the show. She's gonna come back with a segment. I'm just gonna drop that for now. That will add a little twist
Manifestation.
yeah, a little bit to the delivery right now. But it's all about community. And as long as I can find that artist that's looking for a break, find that person, that politician that needs to send out a good message, find that Cazzy in the community to show and share her with my audience, um, I'll be all right. So no, you won't hear any big plans from Wayne All, because it's always doing what's next to position me for the next day.
Yeah, yeah. Good, good. I'm looking forward to it. And like you said, you have to reinvent. You keep kind of pivoting when something is going a certain way. If you see a need, you pivot and you can move along in that direction. Um, the other show that I host, the promo show, is on hiatus right now. It's coming back in August. But I'm thinking of doing, like you said, like a series of different things that are needed in our community.
Yes.
Some financial series, a health series, wellness, things surrounding just, being out there in the community and helping, how it impacts other parts of the community.
Yes.
So many different things.
Hmm.
It's not just about the parties, it's not just about the, there's more to it than that. So you're gonna see me pivot again. It will be season 4. So coming back with season 4. So yeah, it's been 3 years now. So it's definitely getting up there. So just to end, we were talking about the back to school event that you were going to be at. This is the back to school event. I see the Wayne Hall logo on this flyer, Saturday, July the 20th.
Yeah,
Back
that
to school.
yeah, that's a live broadcast I'm doing, and this is these are some of the ways that I like to fit in and help the community. So, um, this is definitely the kind of stuff I like to do.
This will be good. So if anyone is in the area, this is from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. this coming Saturday, July the 20th. Free food and drink. Oh wow,
Yes,
that's brave.
I
You're
know.
gonna get everybody coming out.
That's right. That's right. That's
There's
right.
free food and drinks, ladies and gentlemen. So come on out to the back to school event. Are they coming out? Are they bringing things? You've got wellness check. I can see you've got back to school supply giveaway, blood
Yeah.
pressure screening, sports physical. These are all key components of that back to school time frame. So if anyone is out there, this is coming up on Saturday, July 20th. Okay, so Mr. Wayne Hall, thank you again. Thank you again for joining me. And I will catch up with you another time. And again, your website, Wayne Hall, everything is Wayne Hall, correct?
Yes. All Wayne Hall Show, and it's the WayneHallShow.com for the website. TheWayneHallShow.com.
Wayne Hall Show.
We offer a lot there. You can go check out some of the stuff I do that folks don't even know, like live bios and voiceover for, you're doing an award ceremony and you need a voice. I can do it. I can read those bios for you, add a bed of music, etc. Kazi, I want to say a big thank you for doing this. My ratio of being interviewed in relation to doing the interviews is very very slim, so I always appreciate an opportunity to be on the receiving end, and thank you for doing
Yeah,
this.
because you're
I
always
applaud I
everything.
applaud your energy, your attitude, your delivery, the warmth you bring, and what you're doing as well in the community. So thank you for bringing Kazi B to us. We appreciate you as
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. And, I'll see you around.
well.
I'll see
Yes,
you around.
ma'am. Okay, Kazi. You
All right.
take care and thanks.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. So that was Mr. Wayne Hall, everyone. So before I end the show, I just want to say a big thank you to my sponsors once again to Adore. If you are around the ATL area on Saturday, the 27th of July, make sure you get your tickets at Adore. It's still a purple party. It is still a day soiree, and of course, it is still a smaller event. Saturday, the 27th of July. Tickets are available at vipsocio.com/event/adore.
Yeah, my baby, my Valentine. Yeah. Can I hit the Mickey with temperature rise? If you leave me a good time, I swear. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Loving the thought of me, I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never did it back and it's real. Open up, make us feel. Yeah, me love one thing. Me make a bad man sing. Where you from, come? But then I follow, come. Love is silicon. I got the finish work. Without you, I could feel lose my mind. Without you, I could feel fall and die.